This week's news from the tubes on F5 Live Refreshing Technology is proudly powered by Malwarebytes. Whether you use a PC, a Mac, or a mobile device, Malwarebytes Premium is the company's strongest protection ever. It fights threats that traditional antivirus software can't stop, plus it actively blocks threats like worms, rogues, dialers, trojans, spyware, and a whole lot more. It allows you to use your computer and mobile devices with confidence and peace of mind. To learn more and to get a special price, you can go to f5live.tv/malwarebytes. All right, so a number of years ago, the FTC began an investigation into Meta, the parent company of Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, and a variety of other things, Oculus. And the antitrust case revolved around the idea that Facebook had used its market position in order to purchase up-and-coming competitors to prevent themselves from losing their market position. Instagram and WhatsApp being the platforms in question, because it seems every time they go out and try to create their own competitors, it doesn't work. Threads still exists, but is still not a true competitor. For X, they had that app that was supposed to be a TikTok clone. They started trying to bring some of the Snapchat stuff into Instagram, and it has never unseated the other companies. TikTok still exists despite Reels on Facebook and Instagram and whatnot. So over the last week, 10 days, something like that, the case has finally actually gotten started. They got permission in, I think, 2022 to begin the case, and they have been arguing. And it's been an interesting set of arguments so far. The state's case has been essentially that the purchases of Instagram and WhatsApp were anti-competitive, not in an effort to enhance innovation within those brands. And Meta's case has been that essentially the acquisitions have actually benefited consumers. It's enhanced the functionality and security of those platforms. It's given competition for platforms like TikTok and X, which not really. And that the FTC's definition of social media is too narrow, which is an interesting argument to make. But I also find that it's an interesting argument to make that Facebook or Meta is a monopoly or monopolistic, in that it seems like the more things that Meta gobbles up, the better the competitors get. Not the things that they gobble up, right? Instagram has generally not gotten better under, Facebook's leadership. I don't have any idea what's going on with WhatsApp because I live in North America, but I know basically the rest of the world uses it almost more than text messaging. But there are competitors, right? And the more weird things that Facebook does or Meta does with Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp, the more interesting Snapchat, TikTok, X, even things like Signal that popped up almost as a response to Meta buying WhatsApp have gotten more interesting. So it seems like an interesting argument. Yes, I think Meta is probably too big and does have a lot of market power, as has been evidenced by the way they have treated like publishers that they don't like. But, I mean, I don't know. I'm torn on this one. Yes, I don't like the company. I think they do shady things. However, I don't think that they have that kind of market power, because for videos, do people go to YouTube? No. Or do people go to Facebook or Instagram? Generally, no. They go to YouTube or TikTok. I don't know. What do you think, Abram?
I mean, I think they have dominated the still picture, still picture market,
Sure. And
right?
certainly the
Uh,
link sharing, the news sharing market.
Not
Although,
that.
but I mean, a lot of people get their news from the feed on their Facebook. A lot of people get it from nowhere else than that. But even there, there's Reddit and things like that that are direct competitors, and the more Facebook does weird things, the more they get better.
You know what would make everybody happy? If Google Plus came back.
So you ready for this? I have not, on
Yeah.
our own website, I have not looked at the staff profile page in a while, because I built that ages ago and I haven't gone back and looked at it in a while. We still got the Google Plus link on the profiles.
I mean, so Google, I mean, we've talked about this ad nauseum, right? And we could talk about it again. Google keeps redesigning itself to harm publishers and to put AI and to keep people on Google and to take, to put AI where it used to put search results, right? Um, Meanwhile, we don't like that Facebook is a monopoly. Well, the number one competitor, the most Facebook-like competitor, Meta's biggest competitor, was, although it didn't go very far, was Google Plus.
Yeah.
Google could help publishers by creating another traffic venue by launching another Google Plus, launching something like Google Plus again.
Hmm.
Um, but but no, they're not interested in that. But so when you talk about like still pictures, feed of news, feed of information, uh, that's pretty powerful, and Meta does have a near monopoly on that. When you
Yeah.
talk about short form or long form video, Face Meta does not.
Yeah. They tried to get into game streaming, and a lot of that hasn't panned out all that well. Although I'm getting weird new little tiles in my app about some video stream thing from a game or something. I don't know. The fact that you can never predict it doesn't make the platform better. But yeah, it's yes, they have like the market position in a couple of things, but I'm kind of with them. Their definition of social media is definitely narrower than it probably should be, as far as the government's concerned. But yeah,
They have
Facebook
a
has two.
monopoly of one kind of social media.
Yeah, but breaking up Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp is not going to change that.
I don't know. Instagram could compete with Facebook.
Certainly on the still photo aspect of things. Yeah, the fact that links don't work in posts keeps them from competing on the other side. But in fairness, Threads is technically part of Instagram. They're a bonded pair, so that would go off together, and that does allow you to click links in posts. So that does kind of give a standalone Instagram slash Threads the ability to compete directly. Yeah, and then Blue Sky, X. There's other social networks that allow you to share links and things like that. Reddit. There's plenty of alternatives there. Yeah. Okay. It's definitely an interesting case. It's been fun to watch so far. I sometimes will make predictions. I got nothing. Nostradamus is not in the building on this one. I have absolutely no idea what might come out of this one. It's just
I
going
don't
to
know.
be a follow
I
and
don't
watch.
think it's gonna. I don't think they're gonna be broken up. I don't. I think if anything, they get a very light slap on the wrist. The
Yeah,
FTC for years has been reluctant to break companies up, and Meta has a lot of political influence at the moment. So I don't think. I don't think that they have a lot to worry about.
it's possible, but I feel like everything's unpredictable right now. So I don't know. I'm not going to make a prediction here. We'll see. We'll see what happens in the near or long term, depending on how long this thing runs for. Hello, YouTube. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this episode of F5 Live Refreshing Technology. If you did, please subscribe to the channel down below, and of course, hit the notification bell because we know that subscriptions don't mean much on YouTube anymore. If you've got topics that you'd like us to talk about in the future, please comment them down below. And if you'd like to not follow us on YouTube, there's lots of ways that you can follow along with our content by going to plughitslive.com/subscribe. There you'll see all of our shows and all of the ways that you can watch, listen, and follow along.